Judy Garland sang the most iconic song in movie history, a promise that somewhere over the rainbow, troubles melt away. The whole world believed her. What almost nobody knew was that the very people who put that song in her mouth were the ones building the troubles she could never escape. Born Frances Gumm in 1922, she was performing on stage before she was even 3. By 10, her own mother was already handing her pills, stimulants to get through rehearsals, sedatives to knock her out after. Garland later said her mother was the real Wicked Witch of the West. She wasn't talking about a movie. MGM signed her as a teenager and managed her body as much as her career. She was put on a diet of chicken soup, black coffee, and cigarettes, corseted and kept on amphetamines to survive shoots running past 5 in the morning. The studio head called her "my little hunchback" to her face. At 14, she said of herself, "I was a fat little pig in pigtails." There was a darker wound too. Her own husband later revealed that during The Wizard of Oz, the adult actors playing the Munchkins would put their hands under her dress. She was 16. By 17, she was already dependent on the same pills her mother and studio had given her. The film that made her immortal was the same production that made her an addict for life. But she fought to reclaim herself. In 1961, years after MGM had discarded her, she walked onto the Carnegie Hall stage and gave a performance critics called the greatest night in the history of show business. The live album hit #1 for 13 weeks and won her a Grammy. It didn't last. She married 5 times, searching for stability she never had as a child, and attempted suicide more than once. She once said simply, "Sometimes I feel like I'm living in a blizzard, an absolute blizzard." On June 22, 1969, she was found dead in her London bathroom, killed by an overdose of the same kind of barbiturates forced on her since childhood. She was only 47. The world remembers Judy Garland as the girl who promised us all a place over the rainbow. What it should remember is that she gave the rest of us that comfort her whole life, while the people who built her stardom made sure she never found it for herself. If someone you love has fought a battle with addiction that started long before it was ever their choice, tell me about them in the comments.